Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Drafting with Wheel of Armageddon. I am in the Swiss queue as usual because that's just how I like to mize my stuff. I like to make sure that I go the distance. Now, the usual thing we see in the queues, the Grasp of Darkness and the Turnslag are in the same pack, so it's asking us to make a decision one way or the other. There is also a Shatter in this pack. Live Wire Lash is okay, but I don't really see myself taking it over removal. Riddlesmith and Painsmith, pretty specific to certain types of decks that commit you pretty early. Turn to Slag and Grasp kind of leave you open. Grasp is the better card. Passing the Shatter and Turn to Slag means that we probably won't be black-red removal, we'll be black something. Morak Replica could come back to us, but this pack is pretty weak, so I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and take the Grasp of Darkness, just like last time, and let's hopefully we don't get stuck with the Grasp pick like we did last time. And we don't get that this time, but we do get past the Galvanic Blast. Somebody Windmill Slam, they're rare. And the rest. So, I mean, like last time, I ended up going black-white sort of type of deck, and it didn't work for me. I could go black-green, not poison, but that doesn't seem like the ideal thing. Passing an Embersmith and a Galvanic Blast, definitely signaling that red is open, although the Galvanic Blast is pretty easy to splash. Tough choice here. Very, very tough choice. There's also, like, the Slice and Twain is there, but double black, double green really commits me early. Arrest is also splashable. We did Turn to Slag, Shatter. I feel like Galvanic Blast is a good enough pick here. I mean, Embersmith, Arrest. I think I like the Galvanic Blast here. Keep me a little bit more flexible. The other stuff is not really worth talking about, so I'll go with that. And yeah, now we're faced with an interesting choice. I mean, if we're in Black Fume Spitter is useful, more removal, but again, if we're going to prioritize this, then we'll end up with like not enough finishers. I mean, the possibility of the Bleak Coven wheels is there for us. They're a mirror, but I don't know if I take mirror over a Fume Spitter at this point. Necropede is quite good, but he's kind of like Fume Spitter without the without the bonus. The Mirrorsmith is there too, but I passed the Arrest, and there is a Glint Hawk in this pack. Kind of think I want to cut it on black because they do have the Grasp, and I do want to play the Grasp, so I'll go ahead and ship that. So sort of telling people with Thrumming Bird. Ooh. I like me some Thrumming Bird. I really do. I really like that card a lot. Volshark Replica is okay. We haven't seen a lot of blue coming our way. So, I mean, there's the possibility that we can end up in some kind of black-blue proliferate deck, which I like a lot. I do like drafting that particular type of deck. Throne of Geth is here. We did pass a Black Cleave Goblin, which might come back to us, but the thing is, it's very reliant on us getting later picks. Staying on color with a Volshark Replica, I mean, red's, since the Galvanic Blast, it looks like red is getting cut pretty hard, so we could cut with it, and then, probably maybe pack 3 might benefit. I think I'm going to take the Volshark Replica here. I don't really anticipate being blue-black poison, so yeah. Here, this pack is pretty empty. Glenhawk Idol is the best card. If we end up with sort of a heavy artifact count, we may be able to activate it. I don't think we're going to be playing white. Snap Cell Glider is an okay guy, not great. He's kind of a beater. There's a mirror. There's a silver mirror too for utility, but blue is the color least likely to be splashed. What are we looking at here? Yeah, this is a tough one. Really tough one. So I think I'm just going to take the silver mirror. When all options fail, default to mirror. And here, so possibly the blue-black poison deck might work, although I'm not sure that I really want to take a chance on a Contagious Nim right now. I think the Morak Replica is a better choice if we're in black. Gives us a blocker, can sack in. This is also setting us up for, you know, perhaps the possibility of drafting a Furnace Celebration deck should that become available. We passed the Throwing Bird, so it's unlikely, and this would be our first Infect guy, so I don't think that would be the right deck to build. Acid Wisp Spider is kind of cool, but we're definitely not in green, so we're not going into green for Acid Wisp Spider. And holy man, Untamed Might and Cisbear in the same pack. Play to Sea Strider. Well, we're not blue. Mark Reaver is a guy who takes care of Cisbear by himself, so that's okay. And if we are in black, then we definitely want to take it. Passing a Cisbear is kind of hard, but I don't really want to hate on it right now. Yeah, I don't think I'm going Infect. So somebody to our right may very well be going Infect though. So Blister Grub or Contagious Nim. I honestly think Contagious Nim is just a better guy. There is Golden Urn as well, but I don't really see that doing a lot for us in this particular deck unless we're going to build the Furnace deck. It's Daredevil's here too, but I'd rather sort of just make the Poison deck that's going just a little bit weaker by taking this guy. Plus, he does act as a pretty good blocker and removal guy. So here we come on the wheel, and we did get our Morak Replica back, so we'll take that and be okay with that. Blight Mamba going to the Infect deck. So obviously a Black Cleave Goblin, so we'll take that. So I already have 2 Morak Replicas, and you know, I don't think a third is going to matter. I take the Corpse Cur here just in case that it seems like the people are passing a lot of poison cards, so poison may open up. Big Hops, as LSV likes to call them. Take that. Not playing any of these cards. This is terrible, but you know, what are you gonna do about that? Yeah, so it's interesting. Not necessarily happy with how things have panned out so far, but there is always the chance that things will improve. Take my forest and hope for the best. So let's hide that. So I mean, obviously if we're going to go into the Furnace deck, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sack outlets. We have 3 Infect guys that are, you know, like black centric. So if the blue sort of opens up in pack 2, we can move in on that. We have the Silver Mirror. We can move in on like a blue Proliferate Poison type deck, or we could open True Conviction and not be white. There is the Furnace Celebration, so I mean the possibility of the Furnace deck exists. It's pretty expensive. We are passing the Galvanic Blast to pick it up. Throwing Bird is available for our 3 poison guys, the 3 ways to get poison counters on. I feel like that right now the deck is sort of going in 2 different directions. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4 sack outlets plus Furnace Celebration. Pretty tough to go in on that right now at this point. Throwing Bird again, pretty tough to go in on that with only 3 Infect guys. I feel like Galvanic Blast is a better choice for, you know, solidifying us into removal. If either the Furnace Celebration or Throwing Bird come back, maybe we can build that deck. So yeah, I think I'm going to take the Galvanic Blast here. Could be a misassessment. I mean, it could be the fact that I am building the Furnace deck, but you know, these guys cost 2 mana plus the 2 mana for the Furnace Celebration. It's pretty expensive. I'm not sure what else I'm going to get, so safe pick on the Blast. And Edge Champion, not so hot. Common is gone. I think Instill Infection is okay here. Again, removal, but we've got to be very, very careful here because we're, again, facing the same problem that we did last draft, in which like we had no sort of top end, no finish. So, and you know, Palladium Mirror doesn't ramp us to anything. I like Instill Infection a lot to draw a card and to -1/-1 something in particular. So that's okay. Not so many artifacts. We're not seeing a lot of Infect come our way. 2 uncommons are gone, which is, you know, sort of all the commons are junk, mostly junk. Yeah. Off-color Mirror, terrible Asp. Mirror Reservoir not doing anything for us. Trigon of Rage is okay in aggressive decks, but I don't really see this deck being very aggressive. Actually, I don't really see this deck doing much of anything at all right now. Chrome Steed would be basically a 2/2. So it's Trigon or Mirror. We're not ramping to anything huge right now. If we were to sort of work towards I guess I could take the Heartstoker, but that just doesn't seem all that great when I could take a Trigon, which is a little bit better. We have 9 guys. A Trigon, probably the pick. And the Silver Replica, which we can't play. Oh man. There's a Cis-Bear, so I mean, maybe I could have taken that Spellbomb last pack. I wasn't thinking about the idea of actually moving into poison at this point. I mean, if we're getting a Cis-Bear and there's an uncommon, a rare, and a common missing, it's pretty strong signal. I think that Infect is actually open from our right, and if we cut it now, it could also be open from our left because we did pick up a Corpse Cur late in that pack. So moving on Infect at this point, maybe not the best choice, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Silvok Replica, we already have, Galvanic Blast, Grasp. So this does play with the Furnace, but yeah, I think I'll give it a shot. I did pass the Cis-Bear in the first pack, so and then we get a Scudder. I really love me some Scudder. Love this guy. But I think at this point, I want to fully commit to Infect. Now the point is, do I want a Fume Spitter, a Blight Mamba, or a Blackcleave Goblin? At this point, I don't have any 2-drop Infect guys, so I think that Blight Mamba is the choice. I wish it was a Cis-Bear, but it's not. Passing big Scuds is kind of hard, but yeah, we'll see what the packs pull us in a certain direction, so we'll see where that goes. There's Thorn of Geth. Strider Harness quite good in this deck, but another Blight Mamba, another Fume Spitter. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think I'm just going to start cutting Infect and see where it gets us, because it seems to be being like, I'm taking a signal here that it's open, so I'm just gonna get on the train and ride it as far as I can, and eventually hit the wall. What do we not like? What do we? Yes, Withstand Death is pretty good in the Infect deck, so I'll take that. Not sure that I'm going to play it, but it's there. It's Furnace tabled, but we passed too many Fume Spitters for it to matter. But we're just going to take it because there's nothing else in this pack that really affects us. So, what do we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Infect guys. So we're pretty good so far. We just need it to be really good for us in pack 3 to put us over the top. Don't want to play against the Skyl School. Teller's Lead Defiance, pretty good though. To sort of, push through the Infect damage. I'm sure I can pick another one of these up later. I'm gonna hate the school. Wing Puncture, good sideboard card. We shall take that. We don't have any Plague Stingers, which is notable. We didn't see any in pack 1, so maybe they're just not there. Maybe they're just not available. Could be possible. Morak Reaver, probably going to get the cut. Volstrak Replica, probably going to get the cut. We'll wait a little bit to see how it goes, though, because our Infect strategy may not pay out. Yeah, Spellbomb. It's okay, I don't like people Corpse Curring me. I don't mind Corpse Curring other people, not playing that card. Is there a Glimmer Post as our last card, or a Melt Terrain, or a White Sun's Passage, another White Sun's Passage? I don't know what we're going to get. It's always a gamble. I mean, it is a bit of a tough choice. We're in a tight spot here. We've got really we've got some early game, but we have nothing going. Oh, Throne of Geth. Okay, that's a nice card to wheel. We don't really have any artifacts that we want to sacrifice, but it's not such a bad card to have for this deck just for the reach. If you can actually have artifacts down